there's a time in every entrepreneur's life when he realizes that, this is his calling, or at least that he can't bring himself to work for anybody else, that he's an entrepreneur. When did that moment come for you?
I had a job out of college working for a bank for a short period of time, Mellon Bank, and I decided to, well, first, it might have been Inc. magazine, this is way back when, but there was an article about changing something in how you how you save Social Security from employees' paychecks. And I literally hadn't been working there for 3 weeks. And so I sent it to the CEO of Mellon Bank. Hey, I thought you might be interested in this. Literally, some guy he never heard of. And I got a note back, said thank you. And I'm thinking, okay, look, my whole motive in taking a job working for somebody was to help them become more profitable. That's the way I always looked at it. And then I started a rookies club where I reached out to some executives and all the people who had started at the same time at Mellon Bank. We'd all go out and get a drink and we'd get this executive start. And I didn't run it through my boss or anything. And so my boss at the time calls me in and said, you're doing this. I said, yeah, thinking he's going to say great. He just starts screaming at me and reaming me. How could you do this? You go everything through me. You work for me. Yeah. So I knew I wasn't destined there. And then I left and I went down to, ended up down in Dallas and got a job working for a company called Your Business Software. And we sold software, and I didn't know anything about software. I took one computer class at Indiana and kind of cheated to pass. But, not that I condone that, but, and so I had a customer, and I'd stay up all night reading. I figured, computers were new, and technology was new, this technology was new, so no one had a head start on me, because it was changing so rapidly like it is today, that if I just put in the time, I can learn as much as anybody else. And so I taught myself, I'd stay up late reading software manuals, taught myself different little simple programming languages, and it kept on getting bigger and bigger and better and better, but it was at a retail store. And one of my responsibilities was to come in, sweep the floor, wipe down the windows, and open the store. And I had a customer who wanted me to come out there and close the deal. And it was a $15,000 deal, $1,500 commission to me. Told my boss, he said, no, you need to be there to open the store. And I made the executive decision that I was going to go get the check, because I was living 6 guys in a 3-bedroom apartment, sleeping on the floor, and this check meant I could not use the same Holiday Inn towels with holes in them that I'd stolen, But anyway, so I went and picked up the check, thinking when I came back and gave the check to my boss, all would be forgiven, and the sales cures all. Fired me, and so those back-to-back experiences confirmed what I already knew, that I was a shitty-ass employee, and then I better start my own. So when I went to close the deal and he fired me, I took the check back. I'm not stupid. I might not be a good employee, but I'm not stupid. Because I was going to have to do all the work to install it anyways, and they didn't have anybody else who knew the software, could integrate it, etc. And so I started a company called Micro Solutions, but before I could even get it off the ground, because I didn't have credit to go buy that software, and I had to get credit set up, and I really didn't have a way to get started. So I went to this other company, and I said, look, you were looking at buying software from me over here, but I got fired.